Welcome. Hope you're all doing good. Today, we're doing a crazy deal here. We're going to make lasagna. And if y'all watched my previous video, we've made pizza like this. And we call this the monster, the big green monster, for a reason. Because we're going to make a monster lasagna. Let's see if we can get this back here far enough for y'all to see what I got going on here. We're going to make lasagna. This thing's going to be huge. I haven't made lasagna in about 6 years. I pulled out my recipe the other night, and we're going to give it a shot, see if it still turns out as good as it did back then. I've kind of tweaked it a little bit, so I hope you enjoy what we're going to have here. All right. Let's get to it. This bad boy, we're going to put, and I'll show you here, just old Kroger sausage, a mild sausage. If you can get the Italian sausage, which I could not, use it. And a couple of pounds of ground beef. And I'm hoping this is going to be enough for this big monster-ass pan. And we've got some onions cut up over the other side. I'll turn this bad boy on 275. Get the knife here. So we got to open this up. I'm going to show you how I do this. You're going to do this any way that your little heart desires, but I get tired of pulling those pieces out of the end. So what I do is I cut it there, and I cut it there. That way I can just unroll it. And I am going to pretty much break this up here in a minute. That's how it's supposed to come out. Not like this. Alright. We're going to get this cooking, and we'll be right back. I got one hamburger in there. Now we're going to put in our other one. I buy these in 10-pound rolls. And then we're going to get us a spoon or something, probably a wooden spoon. And I'm just going to start busting this stuff up. And we're going to cook this about 5 or 6 minutes and start getting it all mixed together. And once it starts to cook a little bit, we can use my secret weapon, which is the potato masher. And that'll break this up really good. So let me get this busted up and cooking, and we'll be back. All right, we're back. We're getting it cooked up here. That sausage is kicking my ass. I'm already licking my chops. But here we go. Look here. This is the way I cheat. My little secret. That gets all in big pieces broke up in there. Okay, now we're all mashed in. A couple little big pieces left. We can stir it up with this and dig them out. But you want to get it before you get too cooked. Get it too far, because then you won't be able to do it with this. Stirring it up here pretty good. Then big chunks usually come right up where you can see them. I don't know if you can see that, but looks like I got it in pretty good shape here. So I don't want any real big chunks in this lasagna. It's just not what you do. Yeah, I think we got her good there. Alright, one more for the dirty dish pile. I got me an old skillet laying here because I'm going to dump this grease off into this skillet so I can dispose of it. There's actually not too much in there. I might not have any to dump off, to be honest with you. This takes a while, so now that I got this pretty close to being, I'm going to push it all off to one side and put it over here like this and see what I come up with. Yeah, there's not enough dirty to mess with. All right, let's get started here. My onion I chopped earlier. Get them all in there. All right, mix that all in there real good. One got away. All right. Now, that's pretty much cooked there. So now we're going to make this meat taste awesome. So, get out our little spoons over here. We've got 3 tablespoons of sugar. The sugar is to help with the tomatoes, the acidity of them. Let's do our oregano first. I think we're going to go a full tablespoon of pretty much everything here. So, thing of oregano. We got us some dried basil. I like to have some fresh, but I didn't get that lucky this week. Some parsley. I'm only going to use about 3/4 because we're going to use some more in our cheese. And the Italian seasoning. I love this stuff. Again, about 3/4 because we're going to put some on the top. All right. Let's get that dry stuff all mixed in there. Oh, wow. That just hit all at once. That basil. That's what hit me. Get that mixed in there. All right. You know me, I don't use regular garlic cloves. I do this. And we're going to use, I don't know, let's say tablespoon. About a tablespoon and a half. About all I can get out of it. And we're going to mix that in. We're going to let that sit there a minute and kind of get that seasonings mixed in and that garlic. And believe me, this already smells amazing, but here in a minute I'm going to get a big kick out of that garlic. Get this stuff out of the way. Now I'm going to go over here and open some cans. You keep an eye on this for me. Those seasonings are kicking my butt. Let me get all this stuff over here. And there may be extra of this left. If there is, you can freeze it and unthaw it when you need it the next time. Say you want to make a small one during the week or something. All right, we got that all mixed in there. Show you a little trick here. Oop, you gotta have our can opener. These tomato paste, they are a bear to get out of these cans. So what I do, I've already opened one end. I put my finger down over the other end so it don't come out. And then just, whoop, get on there. Hold it like that and, you're not supposed to drop it in there. It still is not hooking. I don't know what's wrong with my can opener today. There we go. I don't think it went. Yeah, it did. All right. I'm going to take this piece off. It didn't come all the way off. Scrape the pan. push it right on through, and then just grab your lid. And that pretty much cleans it out. All right, let me get that mixed in there. That'll give it a good rich flavor instead of using tomato juice. Now, I'm going to take and actually let that meld in there a little bit before I pour in my cheater, and that's spaghetti sauce. But I'm going to let this get in there a little bit and get it all mixed in. Let that richness touch that meat first. All right. Now, we're going to take 2 cans of, I'm using Hunt's Traditional. We're going to pour 2 cans of that in here. And now you can even add some like diced tomatoes in here. That'd be good too. All right, I'm gonna mix this up real good. And this thing will bubble like lava here in a little while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this way down, and I'm gonna let this thing simmer for like 2-3 hours. If it gets too awful thick on me, I'll add me in some chicken broth or beef broth. But right now we're looking really, that's what I want right there. So we're gonna lid it right there. We're gonna let her heat up there, I don't know, a couple minutes. I got it at 300, if you can see or not. I'll probably turn it down to about 200, between 150 and 200, 175, somewhere in that area, just to let it simmer. I don't want it to boil and burn. So yeah, I'd say probably 175, and we'll do that in about 5 minutes. Let it cook for about 5 minutes. All right, we'll be back. I've sat here and tried to heat it up a little bit before I put it on simmer, and to me, it's a little thick. I'm gonna give it a little taste here. It's missing something. We're going to do about a teaspoon or so of salt. And about the same for some cracked black pepper. And it's starting to bubble up here now. That's what I'm after. We'll get that mixed in there real quick. All right. Now, it's a little thick, so I'm going to add me about a cup of beef broth, because this thing's going to cook for quite some time. So, about a cup or so. I'm going to put that off to the side here and just go ahead and mix it in. And like I said, you're not going to be making this much, I'm sure, unless you're crazy like me. So you'll have to, I'll try to get you a list of a smaller portion. That's more like it. All right, take that there, put this up here. We're going to cut her back there to about 175. All right, I'll see how that does. It's bubbling in there right now, you can see. So we'll let that go for about 10-15 minutes, and I'll check it. If I need to turn it up or down, I will. But I'm going to cook this about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just at a low simmer, stir it occasionally, and just let everything come together. The taste that I just tasted will be totally different than what's finished, the finished product. Okay? Well, let me clean up my mess, and we'll give this a little while, and we'll get back with you. Okay, I want you to see this. It's been simmering about an hour. That smells amazing. I've tasted it. I decided a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of red pepper was warranted. So it managed to get in there at about the half-hour mark. So we're going to let that keep cooking for a little bit, and then we're going to shut it off and let it sit. But for right now, 175 degrees, it's still cooking. Now, I got this running for a reason. I'm getting ready to take my noodles. I put the noodles that I needed, which ended up being a box and a half of these Kroger noodles. There's your size here. Like I said, you'll need this if you're going to make one this big. And you can buy this pan at the dollar store for $10. Comes with a cooling rack inside. All right. Once this water, it takes forever for my hot water to get hot around here. But now we're going to take and we're going to leave this set right here where it's at. And I'm going to cover these. I'm not going to boil them. I'm not going to do all that crap. I don't feel like messing with it. I went to the gun range yesterday, first time in years, and my hands are hurting pretty good. The rest of me's hurting pretty good because I'm walking around. So we're not going to go through no more than we have to. But I did promise I was going to do this today with a couple of people. So I'm going to cover these things with good hot water. And like I said, I want them all covered. Once we get this one covered, tell you what, we're going to put it down there. I think it's floating is why. They're already starting to feel sticky. So we're going to let them sit there about 30 minutes. Give that about another 30 minutes. And we're going to shut this off, pull these out and drain them, and get ready to build. Okay, I believe we got everything done. Let's build this thing. I'm going to put you down here. We're going to take and lightly coat our pan. You just lightly coat it. You don't have to go very heavy. All right. Let's put some sauce in here. Like I said, this is a big one. So let's spread this out here. Get us a little layer going. Want to put this in between the noodles and the pan so that it doesn't stick a lot on it. All right. Wobbly. That's all we wanted. Took about 35 minutes. I'll layer these bad boys in here. And I counted these, so I'm hoping we're right, but if not, we can always boil some real quick, which I didn't really want to do, but if I have to, I will. There we go. Now on this end, we're going to have to cut them probably pretty close to half. Use one more half. There we go. I'll tell you what, we may just, no, we can't do that because I counted them out exactly what I needed. I think I put a couple of extra, but not many. All right, let's put us a little more sauce in here. We're not going to go real heavy because we got a lot on the bottom there. Just get it. These things need to stay moist and cook. So we want to get a nice little thin layer on here. That moisture will help finish cooking them noodles. There we go. That should be good there. There we go. All right. We're going to start out with dumping this all over the floor. So we're going to start out with a Mexican blend from Kroger's. And I'm just going to put a small little layer here. I'm not going to put a whole lot of this. we go. We got all kinds of it over here and on the counter and on the floor. And all right, comes my secret ingredient. Like I said, I don't use ricotta. You can if you like, if you can afford it. We're going to put us a little layer of this in here. Get out all the way to the edges. It's probably going to take this whole tub on this layer. And kind of spread it out here. I love this stuff in lasagna. A lot of people don't, but this is what I've always, the recipe that I've always done, and I guess this recipe's, I come up with this like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. You got cheese everywhere. I'll take this one here and kind of spread this out to the edges. And we just want us a little thin layer. There we go. There we are. That's pretty good. Yeah, put this over right out of our way there. Parmesan. No great big heavy layer, just put you some in there. Let's get us some noodles. Trying to move because they're stick together on you if you let them sit too long. I'm going to finish up every last drop of this. Like I said, I want the meat to cook at those noodles. Every last drop of that. That's a big old lasagna, people. All right, let's spread it out here. Get everything coated up with a nice little white coat. And then we're gonna go nuts. This spoon is not the best for what I'm trying to do. Here, let's do it this way. There we go. Oven worked out perfect, buddy. Let me get that out there on that. There we go. All right. Now, we're gonna take and put that in there. I'm gonna get me some more of this Mexican blend. And like I told you, we're gonna go crazy. All right, put me a little thin layer of that on there. Now, I'm gonna take me some Italian seasoning. Here it is. I'm going to put me just a quick little shake of it there. Go ahead and seal this one up. I'm done with this. And then, I told you, I'm going crazy. Could I have a little more? Wouldn't hurt my feelings none. All right, now we are going to take and add some color to it. A little of that there parsley. There we go. All right, now we're going to cover this up with a piece of aluminum foil.
Text message.
I think I got a text message. And you don't have to put this super tight. You're just gonna kind of place it over it like that. What we're doing is we don't want the cheese to brown up and burn up on us. So we're gonna just cover it up. And then we're going to the 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Then we're going to uncover it and cook it another 30 minutes. Okay? So we'll be back in a little while. All right. 30 minutes in the oven. And this is what we look like. That is amazing. Now, we're going to uncover it and put it back in for probably about another 30 minutes. But I'm going to watch it. And when the crust starts, or the top starts getting really good and brown, I'm going to pull it. So probably another 30 minutes. So we'll be back. All right, in between thunderstrikes, lightning strikes, we're going to go pull this out of the oven before the lights go out. All right, that's our timer. Look at that. I love it. What do you think? That look like lasagna or what? All right, I'm going to take and get me some, just a tad more Italian seasoning and just kind of lightly sprinkle because it's already got some on there. I just want that little added extra on the top. All right, it's ready to set for 30 minutes. Isn't that some crap? Well, I saved my tinfoil. I'm going to just cover it back up here. The longest wait of lasagna. You have to wait 30 minutes. So we'll be back in 30 minutes. All right, it's ready. Let's dig into this thing. Tell you what, I'm gonna cut me a piece out right here. Get that little piece of aluminum foil out of there. We're going to dig right in here. See what we ooze out with. Oh, I don't want to give it to nobody else. It's mine. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's hot. It's not gonna look pretty, but we're gonna slap that on there. Man, we gotta get a fork. Move you back here. I'm gonna get me a little taste here. This thing's still hot as lava, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. Good as it ever was. Slap your mama good. Look how all that got together there. I'm gonna cut a piece here and with those cheeses. That stuff is good, good, good. Wow, that's good. So, I got some supper to eat. So, till next time, guys. See ya.